Okay, good day. Welcome to the pod. This is Lendo Podcast, and we have a very special guest in the building, Val.
Am I the special guest? This one you're looking
Yes, I think today we're going to talk about something very important in our society and our community at large.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have two gentlemen in our midst. So we'd like to meet them.
Oh, well, you can
Starting
start
from my right on my own perspective.
Well, I'm Emmanuel Kamata. I'm with GovWatch.
Okay, GovWatch. You mean say government they watch us?
Oh, you're watching the
We're
government.
watching
Which
the
one?
government.
We are watching the government.
Okay,
actually.
okay. All right.
All right. My name is Umar Saini Yakubu, and I'm also a GovWatch fellow.
Okay. So you're welcome to the pod.
Welcome to Lendo Podcast
Thank you.
here at YLN.
Yeah, so to set the ball rolling, can you tell us a brief about GovWatch, what the organization is all about, and some of the projects GovWatch have actually put out here in Bauchi?
All right. GovWatch is a program, a fellowship implemented by the Young Leaders Network, and it's about tracking budget in the three states where YLN, that's the Young Leaders Network, operates.
Mm.
In Bauchi, Nasarawa, and Plateau states.
Mhm.
What we basically do is we go through the budget.
Okay.
We deep dive into the budget. We pick up topics or we pick up sectors depending on the topic or interest we have in the budget. We go through it, we bring it out, we try to simplify it to the citizens. Because, like myself, before I am attached to GovWatch, going into budget is not that easy for a layman. But when you bring it, when we pick it, and then we try to simplify it for the citizens, it will aid them to know that, okay, this is what the government is planning to do to us. But given the whole budget document to an individual, a layman, you just made by the road, and then you hand over the budget, you will be lost. So what
Okay.
we try to do is to simplify it to the common individual so that they will know about the plans of the government for or against their well-being.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting because as a layman that I am, I can't remember the last time I checked up the budget
I know
for
the
the
only one.
state,
Yes.
and I don't even know where I can have access to it. So, and I believe that there are a lot of people out there
I want to know. Right?
that they want to know how they can have access to these files.
Some individuals only get to know about budget maybe through the news once in a year. That's in an event where the government
They are
is
trying to implement the budget.
not just implementing, maybe drafting and then forwarding to the state assembly. We only get to hear about budget maybe when the governor take it to the state assembly
Yeah.
for scrutiny and then passage. That's the only time I believe some individuals get to know about budget. And after that,
Mm.
nothing
all.
more. But with GovWatch, we are trying to make sure that we engage the individuals, we engage the community. We try to bring it to their doorstep. All right, this is what the government have stated in that news you hear once in a year.
Mm.
And this is how the government is planning to carry it along to impact your well-being. Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied with the certain amount that the government allocates to particular sector?
Mm.
Are you satisfied with the allocation of government to your community? Are you satisfied that the government is planning to erect this building in your community? Is it what you need? So this is what we try to do. By bringing the figures, by bringing the sectors, by simplifying it to the common individuals,
Mm.
then they may begin to ask questions. Like I said, is it really what we need in this community? Why won't the government do this? In fact, if government is planning to do this, this is what we want. Then how do we go about pushing it to the government to understand that this is what we need, not this? So it is only when you are able to be repeating it to the individual. It is only when you are able to simplify it to them that they will get to understand, okay, we can be able to make inputs in the budget. If this year's budget did not favor us, maybe it is a neighboring community that we understand through the simplified budget they were given. They understand that it is the neighboring community that were able to benefit the most. Then they will begin to ask questions. We need this in our community, and now it is being placed in this place. Then how do we reach out to the government? Who do we supposed to reach? And then how do we supposed to reach that individual to make sure that we make our own input against the next year's budget? And if they are they are well informed, they can even reach out. Not, it doesn't have to be once in a year. There are instances where the government pass supplementary budget. Before that supplementary budget, they can decide to maybe, okay, let's go and reach this individual. Let's go and meet this particular office. This our representative. This the person that's supposed to lead us through. Let us resound it to that person hearing, and then before you know it, through the supplementary budget, it can also work out.
Okay, before we continue, I want to know, like, has it always been a problem for the entire nation, or let's say Bauchi State? Let's focus on Bauchi State right now.
All right.
Has it in, let's say, in the past, like, people not knowing about the budget allocations and how it's being used, has it been a major problem, like, before this statement of trying to enlighten people and trying to let people know, okay, this is what your budget is being used and this is what it's being used for? So letting people know now and back then, is there any difference for, like, people knowing about what their budget is for and now?
Yeah, there are differences. Like, if you see around, people are more interested in what will this government do for us, rather than what they say.
Okay.
And people are looking at figures and looking at how development is coming across the state. Like in Bauchi, if you move around, you see a lot of capital projects.
Yeah.
If you check the budget, you see high spending on capital projects.
Okay.
Where you see roads are built, constructions everywhere.
Yeah.
So this is part of how people will advocate for what they want, and
because they've never met me or anybody I know, and they talk about the budget with the person. Like, I know, like, there are reps maybe in the community that will represent us and talk to the government about, okay, we need to so this. But even the representative, we have never heard of any representative that say, okay, let's say in Yellow, we need lights, our light is bad and stuff like that. So I want to know how the chain of command is from the government, like, to the particular the average citizen, like, in the society.
Oh, okay. When you talk about budget entirely, there is this thing one of my colleague say and a mentor normally say, that anything that is not being captured in the budget will not happen.
Okay.
So literally what that means is, if you have any need and you are not able to push for it to be part of the year's budget, then definitely the government is not going to do that for you.
Okay.
So it has to be captured. Now, the chain of maybe reaching out for your own input into the budget. In a community, you are a youth.
Yeah.
A young individual who is expected to not just be impactful to the community, but a leader in your own right. It doesn't have to be a political office holder before you realize that you can contribute to your community. When you track that you need certain development in your community, and then you talk to people, and then maybe your ideology is now similar, that yes, we believe that we all need this. What you have to do is you organize yourself. You draft it down. When you organize yourself, you draft it down. Like you said, you have representative. Government is white. It can be through your local government chairman. Because we have what we call the local government budget. Can the local government chairman do that? If he can be able to do that, you reach to your ward councillor. This is what we need in this particular community. And we believe that as a representative in the local council, you should lead us. He will accept it. You sit down together, you bet it. He take it to the local council. From the local council, the input will be directed to the local government chairman. And at state level, we also have what we call the member representing a local government
Yeah.
or a constituency in the State House of Assembly.
Yes.
So you go through that, you draft it, you organize yourself, you reach out to him, and then you give it to him. When you give it to him, they also have their own modalities of how they do things. Because whatever the government is going to package as a budget must pass through the assembly before it gets passed.
Yes.
So when you take it to the State House of Assembly member, because he's the one representing you, he will, in his own wisdom, think about the sector that this particular development should go to.
Okay.
He lobby for it.
Right.
He will go to, maybe it is about building a school. He will go maybe to the Ministry of Education. He lobby for it. This is what my people need, and it's in your ministry.
Yeah.
So how do you see, how can we cooperate to make sure that we put it in the budget of the ministry comes next year?
Okay.
So that it will be captured.
It will be captured. Then after it is being captured in the State Assembly, or let me say in Assembly in general, this lobby is also being done. When the budget is being pushed, if you are not lucky enough, if you are not having good rapport with your colleagues, the members, then it will be difficult for your for your inputs to be passed. So even before the budget reach the assembly, as far as you know that it's being captured in the ministry, you begin to lobby around with your colleagues in the State Assembly. Okay, this particular development is being captured in the Ministry of Education. My people need it. I want your backing. I want you to help me to pass this when the budget finally comes to a table. Then from there, if it is being passed, the governor will have not much to do about it. The moment it is being passed from the assembly, when it reaches to the governor's table, just for him to it's just a review, and it is very difficult. It's rarely happened for the governor to remove something that have been passed by the assembly. He will just assert to it, and from there you begin again to lobby for how the allocated money and captured development project should be funded. You begin to lobby to the government, to the governor, to the government house, certain individuals. You try to let them understand that this is what we need in our community. And you, remember, you that come up with it in the first place, that's from the community. You keep pushing, you keep reminding your representative that don't forget, this is what we have for this year. Make sure that it's being done. So you will continue to lobby. Before you know it, you might get funding, because it's not all about approval. Sometimes in the government system, we do reach a level whereby through the whole year, you get to realize that in a particular sector, even 50% of the allocated budget is not being funded. So it's the way you push for it, is the way you follow up for it, is the way you follow that money that was being allocated for that your project, for that your development, that you see it to see the light of the day.
But should we call that an issue, or a normal system in the government? Like you pushing for something that is normally meant supposed to be done?
You know, we are in a democratic system of government. Nobody is being forced to do anything that person doesn't want to do. You only do something at will. So definitely this lobbying is not bad, it's not wrong. It's not any act of corruption. It's just for you to try to make individual understand that this thing is needed.
It's needed.
And when it is being done here, it doesn't mean that it's only going to benefit the people that are coming from that community. Take for instance, my village is Das. If at all a primary school was not cited in Das, I might not be educated to come to this level, that maybe I'm impacting not just the people of Das. So that is it.
Okay, sorry, you've been mentioning lobbying. You've mentioned that word for a record 7 times. So I really want to know, what is the difference between lobbying and bribing?
Okay.
Yes.
The difference between lobbying and bribing is, for bribing, is when you give certain incentive. Let me use incentive.
Okay.
In the wrong way. For an individual to side with you. But when you say lobbying, it's me trying to let you understand that this is beneficial, not just to me, to the community, to the state, and to the country as a whole. So please back me.
Okay.
Okay, because in Nigerian perspective, you might have the idea of you want to lobby. Yeah, at the end of the day, you end up bribing.
Yes.
So why can't we kind of erase this issue of lobbying, since it is the right of the citizens to have these infrastructures and development in their areas? Why must we always lobby?
Assembly is not just what you think of. Okay. There are modalities of doing things. You cannot just come, for example, let's take for example, I'm from DAS, and then you are from Bauchi local government.
From Oguru.
Okay, let's say you are from Oguru.
Yes.
And then you realize that 30 billion naira was allocated for a project in DAS, which maybe you have a particular project that you might want, maybe forgot, or maybe you are caught off guard, that will cost you maybe 15 billion naira. 30 billion naira is allocated to this. And then you have a project that you think will not just cost you a half. And then you are seeing from my community that thing is just passed. Remember, we are both representative. Our members, our communities are expected to see the impact of our representation. And now 30 billion naira is just passing. And then, to your own perspective, that 30 billion naira can be divided for a project in your community. How will you feel? So I have to come to you to tell you that, see, this 30 billion naira, just because it is allocated to my community, just because this developmental project is being cited in my community, doesn't mean it's not going to benefit you. Let's put head together, help me, support me, let this project pass. Maybe it's a school project, a tertiary institution, for example. From DAS to Oguru, I don't think it's up to 50 or 60 kilometers. Your people can come down there and also be educated there. Not just that. When you back me, that your project, next time in the coming budget, I will help you, I will back you. I will also talk to other representatives to let them see that is beneficial to all of us, so that yours can also be passed. Because the money is not as enough as me or you think of. There are other projects to be implemented. So at a point, one has to be done, and later the other should be done.
And then the representative will tell you, what is my benefit?
His benefit is that his people are coming down to benefit.
His own personal benefit.
Then that one is a different.
We don't talk about personal benefit in government. We talk about people. We are for the people. We are from the people for the people.
On paper, theory, that's how it is. But practically, it's the other way around.
Okay, let me just add to what he said.
Okay.
Like, budget, if a budget paper is being presented, is being drafted out, you have to also source for funding. And most of the time, the funding doesn't match up the budget. That's why you need to lobby around, so that the particular funding that is available will be pushed to your own place.
Okay, a budget can be approved, but the funding
less
is not always,
up to the project.
Okay.
One thing we forgot to start with is the concept of budget itself.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking we should dive into.
What is budget? How is budget formed? And in what basis is budget formed? First of all, budget is a tool that will guide you to, one, your expenses, how you spend it, and then what you have as a savings. And budget is being prepared in such a way that the money is not readily available. It is based on expectation. Already the government knows its source of income. And it is expecting certain amount of money through those source of income. So the budget will be prepared according to the expected money of funding that will come through those sources of income. So in an event where the income did not satisfactorily provide for all the budget, then definitely all is not going to be implemented. And in an event where maybe along the line the government realized that, okay, we are not getting what we want from our incomes, this particular developmental project is more important than the other, they will shift
attention
to that. And shifting attention means funding more to that particular development.
Okay. You made mention of some certain key areas might not be serviced in a particular budget year.
Yes.
So what happened to them in the next budget year?
Okay, like I said, depending on their priority, depending on their importance to the community.
Okay.
Let's take, for example, in this sitting, we need a microphone.
Yeah.
We need a headset. But these, even as we need it to beautify the place, may not be as important as these two.
Yeah.
So, in an event, we use the money that's supposed to be meant for this to fund for this.
Mic.
Yeah.
And maybe towards the end of the year, we are not able to get the money to fund for this. And in the next budget, we'll still capture it. And still, we are not able to get the money to fund for it. It's fine. As far as we are funding the most important, the most, the project that will impact to the well-being of the individual the most, we are good to go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
but before we go any further, but we're thinking about budget, and we are mainly focusing on Bauchi, Nasarawa, and Jos. So I want to know for the Bauchi, like, how is the budget drafted? Like the priorities, the allocation of budget in Bauchi. You guys, I know you have already checked it, you have watched it, and whatever. So, so for this, I think for this last is yearly, right?
Yes,
the budget.
yearly.
And for this year, it has already been drafted. So I want to put us through the budget of Bauchi and how it has been allocated and why is this part taking much more money than this part and the other aspect.
Okay, before we start with this year, let's check the previous year.
All right.
There's a
post. Mike.
There's a post we made on Young Leaders Network social media platform, capturing 10 sectors. Let me just go through it now. Okay, the post is about the top 10 ministries with the highest spending. This is showing the ministries that spent the more in the previous year, 2025.
Okay, like it is the money enter the account,
the money that was used.
Okay, by the ministry only.
Exactly.
All right.
We have Ministry of Works and Transportation got the highest spending. Like I was saying earlier, if you go around the state, you see a lot of capital projects, construction, and others. It got around 115 billion. The Ministry of Finance, 90 billion. Ministry of Health, 53 billion. Ministry of Housing and Environmental, 42 billion. Ministry of Education, 32 billion. Ministry of Rural Development and Special Duties, 19 billion. Higher Education, 17 billion. Agriculture, 15 billion. Land and Survey, 7 billion. Information and Communication, 6 billion.
Yeah.
This document is showing you how government prioritize their spending.
Yeah.
So, like I was telling you earlier, Ministry of Works got the highest spending. Yeah. So that means this government in particular prioritize development.
Yeah.
Capital projects. Then second Ministry of Finance, where salaries, all other things.
Pensions and
exactly.
Other things. Yeah.
Then the third ministry is Ministry of Health. That means Bauchi State is also having key interest in its own citizens' health.
Okay.
By allocating 53 billion to the health sector.
So what did you like your? He said your fellowship. I like that. He didn't say any. He said it's a fellowship. Your
Yeah,
GovWatch.
it's a
so
fellowship.
so is there any critique to the particular budget that you guys made, or you are backing the budget? Like okay, it's okay.
Which of the sectors had allocations and they were not implemented?
Okay. Having sectors and not being funded, have you?
Funded but not implemented.
Yeah, since you guys watch.
Okay. This is not the. Is it the angle GovWatch is supposed to work through?
Okay.
Remember, GovWatch, we have a limitation on what to do.
Yeah.
Most importantly, is to simplify the budget
Budget
for the individual to see
to
and
understand.
understand. And then two, maybe we might realize that certain ministries, just like he did,
Yeah.
has the highest share and funding. Then it is now left to the individuals, to the citizens, to question that. When we say the Ministry of Works has the highest share, then it's now left for the community to see that, okay, the same Ministry of Work has the highest share. Why? They ask that question. Not just ask the question, they go around to see whether
The work is
the
implemented.
work is being done.
Yeah.
So, as GovWatch fellow, we are not expected to go to see, okay, this project is being funded and it's not being implemented.
Okay.
Maybe there are other people that will be done or will be trained or are doing that.
Yeah.
But as GovWatch fellow, it's not our responsibility.
So
to do
one might think that the work is half done.
that.
It was for you to just show us the allocations, which I think is available on the government website
The
and
allocation,
publications.
yes, the
Is
allocation
available there.
is
So
available.
what's that distinctive thing that
differentiate.
GovWatch will do that will actually help us as members of this community?
Okay.
Let me just speak. If you download the budget, 2025 budget is about 1,500 page. Like that figure alone, that figure alone is scary to a lot of people.
Yeah.
What GovWatch will do is will simplify the budget so that it will be easy for everyone to read, so that you know what's exactly
Okay, it
in
means
that
GovWatch
1,000.
actually go through all these documents.
Yeah.
Exactly. We
Okay.
sort it out, bring it in a format that's easily readable.
After sorting out, you just give us the final figures, like the total.
Exactly.
It still seems like the same thing because a normal person can actually go in there and just go to the last page and take the total.
What is that your name? Budget now.
Yes.
In 5 minutes,
Hmm?
you are well and healthy, right?
Mm.
If you are giving Bauchi state budget for the first time now,
Yes.
for you to find something in it, that you are saying that you can go to the last page, in less than 5 minutes, you develop headache.
And not everybody is conversant with
This is
Excel.
How the thing works.
Yes.
This claim I'm making is been proven.
Are you a victim?
I'm a victim before now. Yes, I'm a victim before now.
Okay.
Because it is that bulky. In fact, seeing figures alone
It's
is
stressful.
not as it's stressful.
Hmm.
It's stressful. And then for the whole 1,000 and something pages he's mentioning, let's just count maybe 5 out of it that might not be figures. Tell me how a layman will go through that and then pinpoint what he or she is looking for and just pick it. It is not that easy.
Sorting through technical terms.
Yes.
Yes. Shout out to
seems-
GovWatch.
Shout out to GovWatch.
I'm not really undermining your work. I just wanted to know more things that you can, more values that you can add to this.
Okay, like
Yes.
I said, if you are given a budget as a layman, there is nothing you can find in it.
Okay.
Even the terminologies used is not as easy as you might think of. And then, like I said again, the bulkiness of it is just too much for a right-thinking individual to start going through. But with the aid of GovWatch, GovWatch will help you simplify that. GovWatch will help you not just simplify it, see it like a kit.
You can just go through.
Yes, like this, like a pamphlet.
That's
a young boy or maybe a child of 5, 6 years old that has started reading will go through it and tell you, okay, this is so amount allocated to so sector in Bauchi State Budget 2025. We are not talking about you being matured enough. We're not talking about you being educated enough and the rest. That budget is just too confusing.
It's too technical.
It's technical.
Normally, but in every aspect of the government, and let's say engineering, science, everybody has its terms and terminology that they use.
Sure.
So, like engineering, you can't expect me to go and carry budget and start reading terminology of government terminology and understand.
Sure.
Yes.
So, for this year, have you guys released the simplified the 2025 budget, or it's still in the works?
If you go to Bauchi website, there's
Yeah.
something called a citizens budget.
Yeah.
It was being prepared by a while. That's for 2025.
Okay.
Currently, the one for 2026 is
In the
on
works.
the process, yes. Because the government released the official budget
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
If you are following the
Okay.
state news.
No. I was not following that.
So you can go to Bauchi
Wow.
website and check for the budget,
Yeah.
and you see it there.
I see just that's important. Like I didn't even know about release a budget. And I'm about
Every state does.
Yeah.
like we don't even know the time that the budget has been released. We just around. Like they should do their thing.
They should do that.
No, prior to now, but now you're understanding that there's someone there that can just give you updates on this kind of things and keep you in the loop.
Okay. I can give you an insight on the 2026 budget.
All right.
We have the top ministries that are being highly prioritized by the government. So this is going to guide you on how the government are going to spend
Their
in
money.
this year. So if you are expecting a lot of capital projects this year,
Okay. Again.
you see it from the budget. If you are expecting a lot of intervention in health, you see it this year.
I
If you
was saying-
benefit from one of it.
Someone was saying previously, like, if the Bauchi State Stadium can bring together 11,000 to 15,000 people to watch wiki tourists, then the government should take sports very serious.
We should allocate more money
Yes.
to sport.
Okay, now the question is, do you think what's that figure you call?
11,000 to 15,000.
Okay, 11,000 to 15,000.
Yes, that's the capacity.
Like people.
Okay,
Yes.
11,000
Coming to watch.
15,000. Do you think that it is possible for those individuals to sit in the stadium?
To sit in the stadium.
Like to be able to convince those people to come and sit in the stadium?
I
That
didn't
figure
get your
you call.
question.
You said if Bauchi State can, what is it called? Can have 11,000 to 15,000 individuals to sit in that stadium to watch Wiki Torres.
Yeah,
Do you think it's possible?
it happens.
No, like they
it's
are.
happening. And it has happened.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, when and when?
The question is, government need to take sports serious. Since we can actually have 11,000 to 15,000 people sit down to watch wiki tourists every weekend when there is a home match, government need to take sports serious.
Okay, I'm not arguing.
That's the statement.
I'm not arguing. I'm just contemplating if it is possible for us to have such individual to sit in the stadium. And I'm not saying that Bauchi State should not prioritize sport. Sport is part of life. And I believe with sport, we can able to improve or develop our youth to international standards. But we have to look around and see what provide more income to the state, what the state needs as a more source of income to prioritize the most. And I'm not in any way telling Bauchi State to cut down the allocation for Ministry of Youth and Sport. But Ministry of Youth and Sport, I think, just like you mentioned, should be improved. And then maybe the Wiki Torres should do just more than what they are doing.
They should want time
for people to want to come and watch it.
But it's not all about wiki tourists. It's all
The
about
youth.
people like Val.
Like they're not funding our things.
You understand? There is a lot of money in sports,
Mm.
anyways.
Yes.
There's a lot of money, and a community or a state that prioritize youth,
Mm.
they are always bound for the future.
Mm.
So the youth are the backbone of the state.
Mm.
So if the state prioritize the youth, and at least it will stop youth from involvement with all these vices and other stuff,
Mm.
which also can improve the economy of the state.
I believe.
Yeah, there's an angle
You're
to
right.
that.
Mm.
You're right.
It's not all about the immediate profit.
You are right.
Mm.
But first of all, just like my colleague here was joking, that you should pick off your racket and head to the stadium. That a lot has been allocated
Yeah,
to the sport.
yeah.
What I want the individuals who might be viewing us to understand that is the money allocated to that ministry, particularly the Ministry of Sport,
Yeah.
is for things that have been already or are under the process of being designed.
Okay.
You are not coming now with something new
New.
and expected to get share of that money. Just like I mentioned in the beginning.
You have to be captured first.
Yes, whatever does not form part of the budget is not going to happen.
Mm.
So it is those things those initiatives that are already being made, that are being captured in the budget, that are being allocated such amount of money.
Mm.
So even if you are joining the Wiki Torres, or even if you are joining the stadium today, be aware of that you are going to maybe be how should I put it? You are just going to be
To wait till next year or
to squat with certain sports
development.
that has already
Already
been
been
captured.
captured.
Yeah.
But if you have your own, get it ready, get it set. Know when the public hearing is being made in the state ahead of the next year's budget,
Yeah.
and make sure that your input is being captured. The most important thing is for the individual to realize that, okay, this thing I want for my community, this thing I want for my compatriots is being captured in the budget and is being done. So what we are more advocating of is, apart from simplifying the budget for the individual to see, apart from evoking questions in the minds of the individuals to hold their system accountable,
Yeah.
we are also advocating for the individual to know that those dreams of theirs can come true only if they follow the right procedures to get it captured in the budget.
Yeah.
Okay. In
And
your,
that is
in your
what
speech,
brings us back
Mm.
to the overall discussion for the day. How the budget impacts our daily life.
Daily life.
Mm.
Whatever you see happening, first of all, that budget, like I said, is being prepared based on expected incomes.
Mm.
Among the expected incomes is the tax that is being collected from you
So it's our money.
as a
Yes, it's your money.
as a citizen,
Taxpayers' money.
as a resident. It is the taxpayer money. So how do you follow your money? How do you make sure that your money that has been collected
Has been
has
put
also
into
come
use.
back to you
Mm.
in the most important and in the most
Needed.
manner?
Mm.
So that's what we are seeing.
Okay.
You should not just sit down and you hear budget once in a year in the news and it's gone.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, for example,
You
follow
say
it.
it doesn't affect.
for
me.
example, now I'm a taxpayer,
Mm.
and
You
in my area or in my Ongwa, I've been without light for more than 1 year. What is the necessary steps?
Okay. For the issue of light, like I said,
Mm.
it is about checking what is the reason that you are off the light for a year.
Mm.
You said for a year, right?
Yeah.
A year plus.
A year plus.
Your
Yes.
transformer spoiled.
Transformer is faulty. Then before the budget of 2026, if I were you, if I realize that it's the fault of transformer, before the budget of 2026 was even asserted to,
Mm.
you follow those procedures we mentioned in the first place. Who's supposed to provide transformer to the community? Is it the local government chairman? Is it the councillor? Is it the state government? Who is in charge of that? You follow the right procedure, write it down, drop it at their table, and you make sure that
It's
it's
been
been
followed
captured.
up.
You follow it. It's been captured.
Okay.
So that-
okay.
so
To be
that-
specific, sorry. To be
Yes.
specific, is Sabankara, and all these things you mentioned has been done.
Mhm. And that is why you need
All of them has been done. The PHCN people have been contacted. SA Transformer has been contacted. DSS has been contacted. The Commissioner of Police has also been contacted. Yet no transformer.
Then that's why you have, as a citizen, you have what we call the right to advocacy, the right to demonstrations. There are procedures of doing things. If you are sure these procedures have been followed,
Yeah.
you sure you have used the media, you sure you have used all other things at your disposal, then what next? You go for a peaceful demonstration. Storm the street of Sabankaura. Let the government know that something is happening in Sabankaura.
Make a lot of beautiful
They are
placards.
aware already.
Yes, they have to be aware in another manner.
Okay.
Maybe they are aware in paper.
Mm.
Or maybe, how sure are you, Seth, those things you drafted have reached the right individual they're supposed to reach to? It is only when you follow the citizen, maybe citizen journalism, you post it. When you go for that peaceful demonstration, do live coverage, snap pictures, post it online, you get to realize that there are certain individuals who are stakeholders in that energy sector that are not aware of the lack of electricity in South Africa.
Okay.
And before that, and from then, you begin to see the right, the right response you deserve.
Okay.
I think before this current Sabankara transformer got spoiled, the old one, it was almost the same process.
Yeah.
Student went out, protest, and the government had them actually. That was when this current one that blew off was brought.
So we need to be having peaceful protests every time.
Exactly. But there are ways to do
Not every
it.
time.
There are ways to do it.
There are
You make sure you
procedures.
adhere
make sure
to
that
security concerns and
Yes.
other modalities.
Okay.
Alright.
I think we've talked much, and we have audience, so we'd like to also hear from the audience. In case we have questions or contributions, we can hear from the audience. Okay.
Let's.
Okay.
Okay, all right. It's been a very wonderful session. Okay, my name is Ibrahim Bulus. I'm also a GovWatch fellow. Mine is like a contribution to some of the things you have said. All right. So they spoke about ministries that got a lot of fundings and some that got lesser funding.
Yeah.
Now, like he said in the beginning, there are places where these ministries didn't really lobby properly. That is where the place of lobbying comes in. Now, funny enough, or unfortunately, some of those people in these ministries don't even understand the budget. Now, there are things that are actually budgeted for, and there are monies that has been allocated in this budget that these people in these ministries don't even know how to access this money. Now, that is where GovWatch Fellowship comes in. It makes this thing understandable for even people in these ministries, so that they can see that, okay, there is money that has been allocated for here that also can be accessed, and how do we access it? So it makes it easy for them to know that, okay, we can access this money this way, and then it helps them access funding. Because whether you like it or not, when they make budgets and then they allocate money, some amounts to you, and you are unable to use it, the next budget, what they are going to give you is going to be less, because they feel like they are just giving you money you cannot use and you cannot expend. So when lobbying comes in, the reason why you see that some of these ministries, apart from the fact that they are priority ministries, they can access this money is because they are able to lobby, and they are able to let the federal government see that these ministries are actually in need of this money and they expend this money appropriately. So next budget, you see that they give them more money because they see that when we give you this money, you use it. That is what the federal government wants to see, that when we give you this money, you are able to use it. So is that, I think that's part of it. So lobbying is actually very, very important. when it comes to electricity, the way you lobby, you also have to lobby your way to those people and make them see the reason why this is important. Because they might feel like, even if I give to you, you might not really use it. So why explain to me why? Lobbying is more like explaining. So the GovWatch points the citizens to the right direction. Let them see what is allocated to them as citizens, how these budgets affect them, and how they can ask proper questions to the government. Because the government they are all accountable to its citizens. So we just try to point the citizens to the right directions and help them see things they would normally not see when they look at the budget. Thank you.
Thank you, Blues.
That's nicely stated.
Let me add from what Blues said. There are international funds that comes through the country year in, year out. How to access those funds is how you do your budget. For instance, World Health Organization.
Yeah.
If you don't prioritize your health in your state, if you don't have a good budget for your health, they won't fund it.
Okay.
And part of those funding that is coming to the health sector, some of them are coming from those international organizations.
And like Bulus mentioned, you need to spend your money for the government to realize that you need more. For example, in the 2024 budget, the Ministry of Education exceeded their allocated budget.
In spending?
Yes, exceeded.
Where did they get the money?
That is why I mentioned one of the conversation here that in an instance where the government realized that nothing is being used to do this in this particular sector, it might be transferred to the other sector.
Okay.
So, out of what was allocated to the Ministry of Education exceeded to about 150% of its allocation.
Wow.
So, whether Bauchi State government wants it or not, there will be increase in 2025 budget as regard to that ministry.
Sure.
So, depending on how you make your spendings, depending on how you were able to access your allocated funds, depending on the priority given.
Okay.
And for, let's say, the overview conversation of today of how the budget directly impacts our lives as the minorities in Bauchi. So for the 2024 budget, the exceeding of the allocated amount that they did, how impactful did it have? Did it reach to the Bauchi state as a whole? Okay. Did you guys check and see, okay, this money was really
actually used?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me come back to GovWatch Fellowship.
Yeah.
Ours is to bring to the city.
Okay. I remember you saying, okay, I was, because...
Yes, of the individual.
Yeah.
They have to go and check and ask.
Because...
Why is this money being spent? How is it being spent? Is it really being spent?
Yeah.
Have we felt it? Have it in any way impact to our well-being? Maybe you have a primary school or a secondary school that was for years in your community.
Yeah.
In a very uncommon manner or uncommon view. And then you realize that certain amount that reached to this amount has been spent. And then you have not seen any changes in that school.
That's cool.
Then you cross-check, you check, you go, you dive into the budget, see whether that school is being captured.
Okay.
If that school is being captured and the allocated money that was being made to that school has been spent, then you go back to ask, how? They said they allocated so amount to renovate my school.
Yeah.
They said the money has been released. And now here is my school.
Nothing has been done.
What happened?
Then you ask the question.
Now who are you?
And how do you ask?
Like I said, you make advocacy. The citizen journalism is there.
You go to
online.
Online.
You blow trumpet.
But
you make the world know
that's another problem. I wanted to ask that question, but it seems like we'll have to come back again because it's really a problem, especially to whistleblowers. When you blow a whistle, you certainly become a target for that organization, ministry, or the government.
Okay, there are institutions that help you do that. For instance, we have budget I don't know whether you guys know of budget.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's tracker.
Yeah.
If you have a problem in your community where there's a particular work was
Yeah.
being captured in the budget, the funding was there, and there's release, and the project is not being done,
Yeah.
these organizations will help you follow up till the process where your request is being actually heard.
You can also go to the media. The media is there readily available. Journalists are up and down looking for what to do.
What is
They can come and help you do
To pick
investigative
yeah,
journalism.
journalism.
Yes, they'll help you do
You know,
investigative journalism.
that doesn't really work well here in Nigeria. Investigative journalism. Probably you have to go to another country and be doing it.
What I will say to this your assertion is let the journalists see it.
I've seen a journalist here in Bauchi.
You
He's
let
an
the
investigative
journalist say
journalist.
that investigative journalism is not working. Investigative journalism is not working.
It's actually working, but you have to do it from another country.
There
Because
are
of-
individuals that I know that they are journalists. They are doing very well in investigative journalism and they are impacting to the community. Maybe
they're
that's
staying here.
very
They're
diverse.
staying here. Okay, fair enough.
I agree with you with the fact that investigative journalism is risky.
Yeah.
There is no two way about that.
Yeah.
But still, there are people who have already sacrificed their life to the well-being of the common man, and they are doing it.
Yes, exactly. I know one person that is no longer in Nigeria. I know him
Just to leave
on
Nigeria.
a personal level.
It is just one person, you know.
Personally. But there are others that we see online and they are not here, actually.
It's fine.
Well, actually, but your fellowship, as you stated, it, I feel like we have been sleeping a lot on all these things. The
Yes,
transparency we're supposed to be having, like a
Mm.
common individual in society won't even know. Okay, this money is allocated for so in my area. You see people siphoning the money, embezzling it, and doing all right things with it for many years, and nobody is even talking about it because they don't even know what's been supposed to be done. So, and what people are doing, I think you should continue doing it. Should put up. I think we should have more. Your publicity should be more verbose. I think so that like people can access you, your posts on everything you're posting, everything should be like widely, because this is the first time I'm getting to
on
know
that,
of.
on that,
Yeah.
YLN, the Young Leaders Network, I think is also creating, building a dashboard.
Okay.
Freedom Mutani dashboard where all these things will be placed there.
Oh yeah, then you
And
can
it
just
will
go.
be made public.
Okay.
And you know YLN doesn't just work alone.
Yeah.
They work in collaboration with other civil society
Yeah.
organizations.
Yeah.
And GovWatch Fellowship is also not alone
Okay.
under YLN.
Yeah.
There are other fellows that will be coming up and
Your
will be
mic.
trained to.
So this is just the start.
To
Alright.
make
You
sure
see
that
more from us.
they help in this accountability aspect.
Yeah.
And I believe it will wake the sleeping individuals
Yeah.
from sleep.
Okay, so we have come to the end. But before that, we'll take your final words. Final words.
Okay. Okay. What I will say to the citizens is that any money the politicians or those in power spend is not their money; it's your right. So whatsoever is being captured in your budget, you should make sure that it's done.
Okay, you are done.
Yeah, done.
All right.
Okay, from my own perspective,
Mm.
the individuals should also understand that budget, regardless of how humongous the amount will sound,
Yeah.
Mm.
it is going to be funded from their tax, the tax they pay.
Mm.
So they should take it serious. And this tax we are talking about, whether you like it or not,
Mm.
you are going to pay it. So follow your money, track your money, make sure that the money is being spent properly and is being spent in the most needed manner.
Mm.
Because only that you can have your life being improved, Only that you can see the development you dreamed of coming to your community.
Mm.
Only that someday, maybe someday, just someday, you might not complain that you need this.
Yeah.
Nigeria will be great.
Okay.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Val, final words.
My final was not final, but we'll keep it because when you watch on Instagram and stuff, you watch these IGs when you listen the Europeans.
Mm.
You see, anytime there's a construction going on, you see like the elderly people of the community.
Mm.
They'll just be there standing looking at the people working. And there was a time I thought it was just a normal, like they like watching people work because like they are old now, they don't have anything to do.
Mm.
But it was someone that was talking about how the information they have, like since when they were kids, has driven their mind to sort of always trying to check whether something is being done the right way. So because you see the young ones, maybe they don't have time for all these things, but the elderly ones that are around, you see them always checking their surroundings, whether construction is going on, and they'll always be there checking, okay, these people are doing the right things, people are doing the right thing and stuff.
Mm.
And I think with that information, in the future, maybe Nigerians too will cultivate that habit because like, okay, it's my money. It's my money that they're using it for. So I should just come and watch and make sure that they're doing the right thing, using the right equipment and everything that's going on.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much for joining us today. If we don't have any final words from the audience, so we'll call it a day. Okay. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for hosting us.